Hey everybody, it's Steve, and today I'm going to be doing my Town Hall recap video that I do once a week, and we're going to give away 1000 DEC again. Do me a favor, guys, if you make a comment on the Hive post that'll be added to this, say something cool about the video, not just, hey, put me in the giveaway. That would be nice of you. But let's go ahead and jump right into this because I want to make this video before I head to my softball game, which is why I won't be on Luke's video tonight, but in a few weeks season ends and then I might be on Luke's videos again. So the town hall was pretty exciting, even though there was no huge oh no wait, there was a huge announcement. Not necessarily about gameplay, but we had another major guild coming in. So let's go ahead and get into here. So we'll get into the guild thing after we talk really quickly about tournaments. I've been talking about the fact that tournaments are a lot better. You can get into them now with staked SPS. They have guaranteed payouts up to the 128th place. Sometimes there's not even 128 people in the tournaments. I think as this spreads, as people start to learn that you can make double your SPS to triple to 5 times your SPS, and if you're just decent, you get your SPS back, more people who are into tournaments and tournament plays should come into this. It's a very big thing that they get the tournament scene going and working better. This is how we're going to attract more and more people who play on Twitch and big names in the whole gaming industry because they like tournaments, they like competing. And if you like tournaments and you like competing and you want to be at the top end tournaments, you have to invest a lot into the game. That is true. But sorry, some of those people do have enough money, sponsorship money, and all kinds of other things going on. Now, we learned about the Balthazar project coming in with their chief gaming officer, Nico the Pico, and basically they invested $1 million into this game to buy 250,000 packs. Now, given there might have been some discounts in there, but it's still $1 million worth of packs. And they are going to be doing at least 3,000 to 5,000 new scholarship opportunities with those cards. And they're not talking about bronze or silver scholarships. Mostly they're talking about gold scholarships. And anybody who can become a scholar, do well, and stay with them for an entire year, they're going to give an extra $100 in their own token. That's their guild token. So this is some really cool things. They also have done some research reports. They're talking about Splinterlands being a sleeping giant, and it really has to do with some of the other things that they talked about in this AMA quite a bit. Now, the community gaming project is an all-in-one platform. They're part of this too. They have special APIs. They're hosting a special $10,000 tournament that I actually qualified for, so I registered. If you finished off in the top 128 for the season, and I was number 117, I showed you guys I made it to champion 2, and so I maybe could have made it higher, but as soon as I got there, I'm just like, I'm done. So I was 117. I went ahead and registered for the tournament. I'm going to try to play in it, and if I do play in it, maybe I'll try to make some video with a recap of the battles and things like that, given I'll be going up against some of the best players in the game, and they tend to beat me, but every once in a while, I put together an amazing team, and I beat one of them, and it's a lot of fun. So hopefully, I'll be able to do okay in that tournament. We have DYGYCON coming up this weekend. If you can, you should probably go to it. The main date to go to it is on the 19th, but on the 18th, if you've never been inside the Gamer Drive system, it's a good thing to go ahead and try to log in, set up your character, walk around, and usually if you're in there, they give away free avatars and other types of things for their system for those people that show up on day 1. Day 2 is when they'll have all the special speakers, and it's usually a lot of fun. There's a whole lot of sponsors here. We don't know what sponsors are going to be giving away free things, but at least 1 or 2 of the sponsors usually have an ability for you to sign up for a list, enter a contest, or just get a free NFT. So it's a good thing to go to if you're looking to just branch out, learn about some new projects. I know I've learned about some new projects there that have been kind of fruitful to be in, or just kind of follow up on ones that maybe you know a little bit about, but who knows what we're going to find out. I mean, you got some serious sponsors: Gala Games, Zen Sports. You got Any Observation. He's a big guy over on the Wax blockchain. You actually have the Wax blockchain, Nova Rally. I don't even know what some of these ones are here, but it should be pretty cool for sure. Fidel from Side Door Ventures is the ones that actually partnered with Splinterlands now, and he's a player investor in Splinterlands. He owns a lot of cards. He spoke for a little while, and he just talked about how he loaned the $1 million in card backs to the Balthazar people to fund their scholarship model. And so he was also involved in that. And so we're seeing these really important people, these big investors, all coming into the game, and this is all super bullish. It was really fun to listen to some of these people talk. I didn't get to catch the opening that they did on Bulldog's channel. I understand it had some technical difficulties, which is kind of a bummer. But they did have over 500 viewers on Twitch. That is a lot for Splinterlands. A lot of new people coming in. Not as many watching on YouTube, but it was pretty exciting, and we'll talk on that in just more in just a moment. They did say that the next promo card that's coming out, so remember I told you in a few posts ago when vouchers were at $1 that you might want to buy your vouchers. Well, it's going to be a professional sports athlete. That's what we know. We don't know anything else about who it is, but it'll be interesting to see who that person is, how many vouchers you need. It was hinted in this one that it could be a 1 BCX drop, so we could be looking to get like maybe one for 10 or 20 or 25 vouchers. Along with some purchase price that we're not aware of yet in SPS. And we don't know if this one's going to be legendary or epic or rare and what it's going to be. I don't think they're going to release any of these that would be summoners, but we could see something similar. Waka was. So maybe they're going to keep releasing 3-cost legendary summoners, and we're going to get one for each one of the teams. That would be something kind of interesting, and that would mean you're looking at least theoretically 6 of these special drops of these special cards. There was some Waka talk, and they have some lesson learned going forward. They're not going to sell their collabs on any other platform, and they're going to be able to show anybody that wants to talk to them that when they tried to sell them on Wax, it didn't do very well, and it upset the whole community because we didn't like the price point that they set on Wax. And so they could have sold them all out on the Splinterlands page on the first day, and they probably would have all sold out. I know if I knew all of them for sale, I would have lined myself up to try to buy 2, but they didn't do that, and so I only bought 1. And there's going to be burn timers for any that get unsold. So that was something that's pretty cool. Unsold Wakas on Atomic Hub are going to be brought to Splinterlands and sold in the game market instead. And so they're going to pull those back in so that you don't have to worry about somehow figuring out how to get a whole bunch of wax. And you'll see them get listed on the marketplace, probably at similar prices. We learned a little bit that RiftWatchers is going to be coming out around quarter 3. And the sales of the RiftWatchers set will go into the SPS DAO. That's one of the times when you are going to start to see Splinterlands DAO just get more and more funds in it, and then that could help push the price of SPS, because some of us bigger holders can be looking to get a lot more control of the DAO and those funds, and depending on what the DAO decides to do with those funds, if they decide to pay it out to SPS stakers or to buy Bitcoin with it and pay that out to SPS stakers, which would actually hurt the price of SPS but give us a big chunk of Bitcoin if you're staking a whole bunch. So we don't know. DAOs are DAOs, right? We're going to see what the DAO decides to do. And if you want to say, you better get your SPS staking. They talked about land. There was a question, could we not need summoners on land? And Agro said, no, you're going to need summoners on land. I can almost 100% say that summoners are going to be needed on land. So it's time to start buying up those summoners who are cheap if you're somebody with a lot of land. Think about it. If you have 100 land, you need 100 summoners. If you want all those lands to be producing at their max level, you need 100 max level summoners. That's pretty wild. But if not, you need 100 level 4 summoners. Level 2, are you going to go all level 1s? I don't know. I have 200 land. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to rent some of those lands out if that's possible, but I'm waiting to see. I really want to keep both of my tracks because I'm guaranteed 2 keeps, and I could get super lucky. Whatever region I'm in, I'm going to have a 20% chance of getting that castle. And if I got a castle, that would be pretty amazing, but I don't know what's going to happen. There was some talk about modern and ranked format. They clarified in here that while you can play in both, your end of season rewards will only be from one of them, whichever one you make it higher to. There is going to be some interesting back and forth with whether or not there is any reason for you to play in both of them. Maybe if you wanted to earn a little bit of extra DEC, you could switch over to the other league at the end of the season when your powerful deck would still be sitting down in gold and just mow through a whole bunch of people, because you'd get a long winning streak, which can make you win a little bit more DEC, but also you'd be starting off in gold, which gets you a little less. Somebody who would have to really crunch the numbers on that to figure out if it was profitable or not. Now, getting into the merchandise stuff, we're going to have plushies coming. We're going to have something else coming. They also talked about skins. Skins are definitely something that gets talked about a lot in the game, because some people go, look, if you allowed special artists out there to design skins for the game, you could bring hype to it. You could bring their crowds into it. And while that's true, they're trying to push this game to be an esports game with really big tournaments, with really big prizes, with a Splinterlands TV channel that'll be streaming this all the time, that'll be specializing in showing off tournaments and all the money that people can be winning, which is going to be really exciting. And in a competitive game like that, you can't have some crazy skin that makes a dragon look like a chicken. You can't have some really done up crazy like all cyberpunk themed team, and you're like, what the heck, there's no cyberpunks in this, I have no idea what those cards are. And so then you waste your few seconds looking at that team when it hits the board. The reason why is because we're going to have a second phase to this game, and you're going to have the ability to equip an equipment card, play a spell of some kind, add an ability to somebody. And if you don't know what the cards on the other side of the board is, in that 10 seconds or so that they're going to give you to play that card, you're going to have no idea what to play, because you're not going to know what tank that is, what mage that is in the back. You're not going to instantly see that they have a Llama Kron. You're not even going to realize they have the Lava Summoner because it looks like a camel or something. This is why skins can't just go wild. But they did show us a little bit of eye candy of kind of some ideas that they have for a way for there to be some variations with still keeping the main character of the card on the card. Nico and Akrod started talking about how they're Splinterlands players, but they're also League of Legends players. So they're going to do some kind of live stream, which could be something kind of interesting, where Nico, who's a pretty champion level player in that game, apparently is going to be teaching Aggro a few things, because he is a very ranked player. He let us know that on the stream. We got the look of some lands again. So here's a common tundra. Here's an epic lake. So you can see how like these background things. We also looked at some art, full color animation art from the Child of the Forest storytelling for their new story. It's nice to see this art taking another level up. We're getting maybe closer to the stories being animated and not just pictures and words. Here's that hill giant art concept that they threw out for us. This was kind of because they wanted to show you this is maybe some of the different skins they could put in the game, because this is a hill giant, and it's a hill giant in every single one of these pictures, but this is a hill giant who's got black armor. This one has kind of wood armor. This one has just wood armor. This one has spikes. This one has bone armor. This one has a metal armor that's spiky. So you can see how they can maybe release some skin packs that allow you to customize your characters a little bit to a theme. Maybe you want to make your whole death team have bone armor, but it wouldn't necessarily change the overall core character inside. And give me some feedback on that. What do you think? Is this enough for skins, or do they really need to have a skin where you change this character a lot? That would be, a better looking, really artistic kind of thing, because that would just bring so much more to the game. They had the 25,000 pack opening. They opened pack for around 2 hours. I didn't get to catch it yet. I don't know how much the kind of issues were with that, but we're going to go ahead and go over to Bulldog's channel in just a second to let you know you can check it out. They also dropped a pretty cool post here on the Balthazar site. This is something where you should set up, and if you want to be a scholar, you'll need to go to their scholarship portal and join their Discord and talk to them. There's at least 3,000 scholarships going up, and if they can put together enough to do more, they're going to do more. They're going to be doing lotteries to allow people to win. They gave away 5 Gold 1 scholarships during the Twitch stream, so that was pretty amazing. They might be doing more of these later on. And then they talked about how you could get the tokens with their token launch, and just a lot of different things. It's really exciting to see these kind of what do you want to say? These kind of guilds joining that aren't, looking to that. I mean, they're buying a lot of cards and they're looking to play at high levels. As you can see on the Bulldog page, he streamed it over here, and they also streamed it here on the Splinterlands TV. There's nothing live right now, but eventually this is supposed to be 24 hours. You can come over here, see somebody playing, ask them questions if you have questions, and just, become more active within the Splinterlands community. So now let's go ahead and do a quick shuffle, and then we'll give away that 1,000 DEC for the last week. Not that many people in there this week. I am spinning a day early, but do know that once the post is up on YouTube, there is a chance we're going to be doing that giveaway in the next day or two, because today's Thursday, it's the day after. So I did give you guys time to make your comment. Congratulations to, what is that, Luziba? I'm terrible at pronouncing names. I'm a little short on DEC, people. I've been buying up my set as a little funny thing. I could do a quick update on where I'm at. So I've got the new set, all legendaries maxed that have been released. I've got all epics maxed, all rares maxed, and I'm working on the commons. And we'll go ahead and look at the common page for the Chaos Legion set, and we'll see how many I have left to do. So I completed fire. I have one more on water to complete. Got a bid in on that. Completed earth. Completed life. I have to do death and neutral. A couple neutral cards. So we'll be maxing this deck out here pretty soon. And as soon as I max that out, I'm going to be looking to pick up these summoners. As you can see, I've got 9 Sloans, extra ones, and I'm just going to be buying these up with my Hive engine earnings, because it just makes sense to me to get as many of these while they're the cheapest ones you could get, especially while they're being sold at a pretty reasonable price, because when land comes out, they're going to be extremely rare. If we go over here to look at the tokens, I was looking at the Untamed packs price because I am sitting on some of those, but let's go ahead and check them out. The Dark Energy Crystal actually finally broke that 0.003 peg and went down a little bit to 298. Again, I did say that this is going to be heading back down to 0.0001. It's still around 3x peg, and it doesn't have any reason to be there the closer we get to the end of the airdrop, because there won't be any particular reason for people to hold a lot of DEC. Now, there is a chance that they add some kind of thing, that they continue some kind of DEC drop before liquidity pool providing on some of them. But to me, it looks like they pulled back that Uniswap pair liquidity because they wanted to get more DEC to put into the rewards revamp. And when the rewards revamp is going to really change things, so people need to be on those. Tracks, again, are selling around 43,000, so people are getting more excited as we get closer to land. SPS is actually holding okay at around, yeah, that's not too bad at all. And then Chaos packs are still at $3, so $3 seem to be a rate that people are willing to buy them on the secondary market. That's really not that bad. I know there's a video recently that somebody was saying that if you buy the packs for airdrop points and then sell them and then convert them into DEC and then hold the DEC for the rest of the SPS airdrop, you can make back that 25% difference and get free airdrop points. The one thing that thought process wasn't factoring in is DEC is going to drop as you reach the end of the airdrop. But if you're just looking to make back all the money you spent on the packs, it could be possible, especially if SPS goes in the future, and then you get a few more airdrop points. Kind of an interesting thought pattern, not something I'm looking to do. Single plots are at 347. So you're probably going to see this trend up pretty soon. This is really just because some people that have like a plot or two are willing to sell them this cheap. But you can see if you went by the tracked price, they'd be $436. So yeah, they're at a discount, but really if you're only buying ones or twos, you're just not going to have that much land, and your ability to craft is going to be pretty hard without bringing in outside funds. Vouchers have pegged up a little since my last video. They were at 105, now they're at 120, and with the announcement today, once it circulates, people will probably start to push this back up. I might even pick up a few vouchers to augment my collection, but as you know, I have a pretty big SPS stake, and I'm sitting at 406 vouchers, so I'm just going to go ahead and let that push back up to that 500 range, because that might be how many I need to get enough of whatever card they're going to be dropping to get a maxed one. All right, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me on my recap video. Remember, leave a comment on the Hive post. It'll be in a pinned comment on the YouTube and in the description if you want to get your name on the wheel to win that DEC. Goodbye.